Today, we're diving into a big question. When tensions are high, why do some leaders choose not to escalate? Let's break down the thinking behind these major decisions in a calm, neutral way. First off, it's important to know that leaders often reassess their own decisions. When a huge choice is on the table, it's common for them to pause and reconsider. They might look at new information, public opinion, or internal discussions before making a final move. Analysts will tell you this kind of self-assessment is a standard part of the process and often leads to a more careful, measured approach. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of responsible leadership. Now, let's talk about something called strategic ambiguity. Sometimes, when a leader hesitates, the public might think it's a clever head fake or some kind of hidden strategy. But experts often explain that what looks like a complex maneuver is usually just normal planning. Governments are always preparing for multiple scenarios, even ones they have no intention of actually pursuing. This is just routine contingency planning, not necessarily a sign that something big is about to happen. So, what's the biggest reason a leader might step back from the edge? It almost always comes down to avoiding unnecessary escalation. Any major action can create massive ripple effects. We're talking about things that could impact regional stability, shake up international partnerships, damage economic conditions, and even affect public safety at home. Because the potential consequences are so vast and unpredictable, leaders often choose caution over confrontation. The risks of acting can be far greater than the risks of waiting. Another huge factor is what's happening inside the country itself. A leader always has to consider their internal conditions. If there's already significant internal pressure, economic strain, or widespread public dissatisfaction, taking a big action on the world stage might not be the wisest move. In fact, analysts often point out that these internal dynamics can sometimes resolve a situation on their own, without any need for external involvement. A country's domestic situation is a powerful force that leaders cannot ignore. Ultimately, every situation is unique. Some moments in history feel more intense or uncertain than others, but it's impossible to predict long-term outcomes with any real accuracy. What experts can tell us is that leaders generally prefer to use diplomatic, economic, or political tools rather than direct escalation, especially when the stakes are incredibly high. So, to sum it all up, why might a leader choose not to escalate? Because the strategic costs often far outweigh the potential benefits, and because a cautious, deliberate approach usually leads to better, more stable outcomes in the long run. Thanks for watching this Money Unmasked breakdown, where we provide clear and accessible context. Remember to like and subscribe for more.